This is the story of Elara and the architecture of a broken heart. One quiet evening, Elara and her partner Mark sit together in their apartment. They laugh easily. The room is warm and calm, filled with the kind of comfort that only long trust can create. Mark smiles at her. He tells her he cannot imagine life without her. Elara laughs softly, leaning her head on his shoulder. In this moment, her brain is releasing powerful bonding chemicals such as oxytocin and dopamine. These chemicals strengthen emotional attachment. They reinforce the belief that this relationship is safe, stable, and meaningful. To Elara's mind, this relationship is not temporary. It is part of her future. But sometimes the collapse of trust begins with something very small. Later that night, the apartment is quiet. Mark is in another room. His phone vibrates on the table. Elara glances at the screen. A message appears. "Last night was amazing. I miss you already." Elara freezes. Another message appears seconds later. "When will you tell her?" The phone slips from her hand and falls to the floor. Her breathing becomes shallow. Her chest tightens. Her heart begins to race. In that moment, Elara feels as if she has been physically struck. What Elara is experiencing has a name in psychology. It is called betrayal trauma. Inside her brain, two regions immediately become active: the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. These same regions are responsible for processing physical pain. To the brain, betrayal and physical injury are processed in nearly the same way. At the same time, her nervous system releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Her body prepares for danger. Her system enters survival mode, even though the wound she has received is emotional rather than physical. Weeks pass. The apartment that once felt warm now feels unfamiliar. Elara moves through the rooms carrying boxes. Inside them are Mark's belongings: clothes, books, photographs, memories. She picks up a photo of the two of them smiling at the beach. For a moment, she stares at it. Her hands begin to shake. Then slowly, she tears the photograph in half. Her sadness transforms into something else: anger. Psychologists sometimes describe this shift as the love-hate paradox. The deeper the love once was, the deeper the anger may become. This happens because Elara invested deeply in the relationship, emotionally, psychologically, and socially. Her brain expected fairness, trust, and emotional balance. But betrayal creates what psychologists call an equity imbalance. What she gave emotionally was not returned. The brain attempts to correct this imbalance through anger. Anger becomes a defense mechanism. It protects the mind from overwhelming vulnerability. What appears to be hatred is often a reflection of how deeply someone once cared. But time slowly changes the intensity of pain. Weeks become months. The storm inside Elara begins to quiet. One morning, she sits alone at a table with a journal. She writes down her thoughts, her feelings, her questions. This process may seem simple, but it serves an important psychological purpose. When emotions are acknowledged and processed, the brain slowly reduces its threat response. Her nervous system begins to calm. Her mind begins to reorganize itself. Healing does not mean forgetting the betrayal. It means rebuilding stability within oneself. One afternoon, Elara stands near the front door. Beside her sits one final box, Mark's last remaining belongings. She lifts the box, opens the door, and gently places it outside. Then she closes the door, not with anger, not with revenge, but with quiet acceptance. This moment represents something important: closure. The final stage of recovery from betrayal often involves learning one essential truth. Another person's betrayal does not define your value. It only reveals their character. Elara's heart was damaged, but the human mind is remarkably resilient. With time, reflection, and emotional processing, the architecture of a broken heart can slowly rebuild itself. And sometimes what is rebuilt becomes even stronger than before.